South will go and vote for Tinubu. You know, some of the leaders in Southeast, they say that they are doing Izumunne and that they have endorsed Tinubu. If you heard it, when they said Izumunne, that's when I know that God even has a way of bringing out the truth from people when they don't know. In Igbo land, what we have is Izumunna or Izumuada, Izumuopo. Izumunne is for children drinking milk from their mother's breast. So these people, without knowing it, has admitted that all of them are forming this thing, endorsing Tinubu because they are drinking from the feeding bottle of Tinubu.
So it's for personal benefit.
And
now.
they are scavenging on the rotten crumbs that falls from Tinubu's table. Can't you see how when people say city boys, can't you see how the Igbos reject them? You know why? It's an insult to Nnamdi Kanu. Do you know why we wear our isiago? We wear our isiago because we go to hunt our food in dignity like the lions and we eat fresh meat. We don't scavenge like vultures. Those Izumunne politicians that purportedly endorse Tinubu, they are political scavengers that are scavenging from the rotten crumb that falls from Tinubu's table. They are political children drinking from the feeding bottle of Tinubu. We are Igbo. I would rather starve and die in dignity than to scavenge from the rotten crumb that fall from Tinubu's table. We are Igbo. We hunt for our food and we eat it fresh. We go to the streets and we hunt our food, even if it's selling pure water. We do it in dignity and we eat our food fresh as lions. We are not vultures. We are men and we discharge ourselves as men. Both women in Igbo land, they discharge themselves as men. That's why when you are a woman and you get to a certain level culturally, they will ordain you to become a man. We wear our isiago. We eat our food that we hunt for ourselves.
Nnamdi Kanu embodies the true nature of an Igbo man. Kenneth Okonkwo's recent criticism of the city boy movement highlights a core Igbo value he champions: dignity through self-reliance. He describes true Indigbo as those who hunt like lions and eat fresh meat with dignity, rejecting any scavenging on rotten crumbs or compromising principles for political favor or personal gain. He calls the alignment an insult to Ndigo, emphasizing that authentic Igbo identity means standing firm without groveling or selling conscience for relevance. In this light, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands as a powerful embodiment of that unyielding Igbo spirit Okonkwo praises, one who has consistently chosen principle over compromise, even when facing severe personal costs, including prolonged detention and legal battles. Kanu, as leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has for years advocated for self-determination and the rights of the Igbo people, framing his activism around historical grievances, marginalization, and the quest for equity or restructuring. He built a movement through radio broadcasts and grassroots mobilization, refusing to dilute his message or seek accommodation within the existing political order, regardless of pressure. What makes him a fitting example here is his documented refusal to bend, even at gunpoint, in a metaphorical and literal sense. He has remained resolute in his convictions, despite years of exile, a controversial rearrest in 2021, and ongoing incarceration. Reports from his trial and appeals show him rejecting offers or paths that would require renouncing his core demands for Biafran self-determination or broader Igbo autonomy. Even after his 2025 conviction on terrorism-related charges, resulting in life imprisonment, which he is appealing on grounds of alleged procedural flaws and miscarriage of justice, Kanu has continued to project defiance from detention. Supporters and observers frequently describe him as a man who stands tall in chains, unbroken in spirit, prioritizing the collective cause over personal comfort or safety. This mirrors Okonkwo's lion metaphor. Kanu did not scavenge for political crumbs or align for survival. Instead, he has maintained a stance of ideological consistency, facing accusations, restrictions, and health challenges in custody without publicly wavering or trading his platform for leniency. Critics view his methods as confrontational or divisive, and the Nigerian state has treated his activities as a security threat. Yet, within the framework Okonkwo outlines, dignity over compromise, hunting one's own path rather than feeding off another's table, Kanu represents the archetype of the uncompromising Igbo figure who refuses to dilute identity or demands for the sake of temporary ease. Whether one agrees with his specific ideology or tactics, his trajectory illustrates the cost and perceived honor of standing without compromise in the face of state power, legal consequences, and isolation. In Okonkwo's terms, this is not the path of political children seeking feeding bottles, but of one who wears the siagu of principled self-determination. This framing draws directly from the dignity and lion-like resilience Okonkwo invoked. History will judge the outcomes, but the example of unbowed commitment amid adversity is what ties Kanu to the critique of any perceived Igbo compromise for favor. Stay tuned.
Chineke nyere ụmụ Biafra ka o dozie obodo anyị.